Good morning everybody. It is Saturday and actually I say good morning, it's not morning anymore. I'm pretty sure it's afternoon by now. I didn't set an alarm this morning. I felt I needed to catch up on sleep and de-stress after CP1, but my focus is now fully on my next exam, which is SP7. SP7 is going to be the first specialist exam I've ever sat. The actuarial exams are divided into core exams and specialist exams. CP1 is my last outstanding core exam to try and get, and then I've got 3 specialist exams to get through. They're specialist because they relate to the field that you work in. So there's choice in which specialist exam you take. If you work in pensions, you take the pension specialist exam. If you work in life insurance, you take the life insurance specialist exam. But me personally, I work in general insurance, for which there are 2 specialist exams, one in pricing and one in reserving and capital modelling, which are kind of the 3 broad areas that general insurance or GI actuaries work in. I have spent 3 years working in general insurance reserving at this stage. I've also dipped my toe into some capital modelling, so in theory my work experience lends itself quite well to the exam I'm sitting on Wednesday. But I think these specialist exams are quite similar to CP1 in that they require exam technique. In some of the earlier core exams, if you know the material, that's normally enough to get you through. But with these specialist exams, you really need to have the exam technique as well as a really thorough understanding of the subject matter, which is why they're tough. And the only good thing about SP7 is that it's 1 paper rather than 2, and most of the other subjects I've sat so far have been 2 papers, so it's quite a relief that I've only got to do 3 hours 20 minutes for this exam rather than 6 hours 40 minutes. I'm desperate to pass it just because I feel like I failed CP1 again, but I think I need to stop focusing on the result and focus more on what is in my control now, which is revising as much as I can for this last exam. It's actually been over a week since I last opened my study materials for SP7 because I've been concentrating on CP1. And it does take a bit of time to switch direction on what you're studying, so I've just been refamiliarising myself with that a little bit this morning, and I'm gonna try do a past paper. That's it. That's the Saturday morning update. I feel in quite a good mood considering I think I failed an exam yesterday. People, it's now Monday. I didn't vlog yesterday because it, to be honest, was not that exciting. I was just sat at my desk all day. I realised I haven't left the house like all weekend. Goodness, I'm just looking forward to getting my life back next weekend, really. Same again today, it's now Monday. Exam isn't until Wednesday, so I'm not in full-on panic mode yet, but it's coming. Just making myself a coffee, which is why I'm waving around a teaspoon. Let's go coffee. It is slightly later than I'd normally be having a coffee, but I found that my schedule has shifted a little bit in the last few days / last week while I've been on study leave and sitting exams. I'm basically finding that I am going to bed super late and then waking up really late as well. And I'm not trying to be lazy by having lie-ins, I'm just staying up until like 1 o'clock. Looking at past papers. I don't know what it is. Maybe I am a bit of a night owl. I did used to study a lot late at night during university times, but I never thought it was by choice. I always thought it was because I was so busy in the day that I just always ended up having to study really late. But maybe I am just more productive and more focused late at night. It's the feeling at the end of the day where I haven't achieved as much as I wanted to that day. I'm just like not willing to stop studying until I've achieved what I wanted to do. But then that results in me staying up super late, and then it has a knock-on effect the next day, because then if I've gone to bed at 1 o'clock, of course I'm not going to be up at like 8 starting study. But I'm not mad at it because this is obviously the schedule that's working for me. I'm making progress. I'm going to embrace the fact I'm a night owl. But what I meant to say is that's why I'm having my coffee so late. It's 12:52. It's pretty much lunchtime, but I'm not ready for my lunch because I had breakfast at like 10 when I was starting studying. I haven't given you guys much insight into my revision strategy actually. Let me show you what I've been up to. On the trusty MacBook, we have past paper questions. I also have the past paper solutions here and accompanying commentary and helpful remarks on the solutions that are made by the Actuarial Education Company. We call them ACTED. They are the sole provider of study materials for the IFoA actuarial exams course. I didn't actually use the ACTED past paper materials last sitting, and that was when I had my big fail. So I'm thinking in hindsight that that was a mistake. So now I'm using it. The alternative is just going direct to the examiner's report, which do have a mark scheme of sorts in them. They show you what points you need to put to get the marks, but they don't exactly point to what chapters you want to look at and give you the whole thought process behind generating answers. And also on the agenda for today is researching hot topics, because it is very common in these specialist exams to be assessed on industry hot topics that you should be hearing about at work, in the news anyway. I need to have a read of the Actuary magazine, have a look at any new articles. I reckon they're going to ask something on AI. Surely it's inevitable at this stage. There's been a fair few questions on pandemic related losses in recent sittings, but maybe they've exhausted that topic now, I don't know. Other hot topic predictions, maybe geopolitical risk, probably a question on high inflation. Okay, it is nearly 5 o'clock actually. I don't know where the day goes and I'm getting there. I've only got one past paper done so far, which is not quite what I had planned, but making progress. My latest distracting activity is typing speed tests. Why did I decide to do this? I don't know. I got bored of staring at past papers and I just fancied doing a typing speed test. I was interested because I did a lot of these a few years ago when I first started working, and my typing speed was shockingly slow because I didn't type anything throughout my degree. My typing speed was about 20 something words per minute. That's touch typing, by the way. I wasn't allowing myself to two-finger type, and at the time I was like, oh my god, I've got to pick this pace up because everything is going to be on a computer from now on. 3 years later, I've just done another touch typing test. 50 words per minute! Woo! Look at the progress! That's what online exams do to you. Although, to be honest, I just looked up online, like, what's the average typing speed? 50 words per minute is above average, but it's not far above average. I think that's enough procrastinating for now. Let's do one more touch type test. Let's do one more. Guys, you should do it too. 10 Fast Fingers is the website, and then comment below what score you get and we can compare. It's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna do another hour of work and then head to the shops because I'm running a little bit low on food. Hopefully when it's not pouring with rain. There has been torrential rain today. It does upset me. Rain gives me anxiety. I don't know why, but I don't feel good when it's raining. It was a thunderstorm last night and I wasn't happy either. Don't judge the state of the fridge. I need to get a new one. I don't have enough shelves because one of them smashed. It makes a load of really loud, funny noises, and new fridge is needed, but that's an issue for after exams. And it is approaching 1 o'clock. We're at 1:45. Are we surprised? But been making progress on the past papers. Hello, I've just cycled into town to meet my friend. You probably can't hear me right now because it is so windy.
just popped to Superdrug and did a big toiletries haul. It cost me £60. It's because I don't do toiletry shopping that regularly. I just stock up in the cupboards and then don't go into town for ages. So yeah, but just the cost of shampoo and shower gel and cotton wool. How does it add up to £60?
Hey peeps, I'm back at my desk doing some work. I do feel a little bit of study guilt from taking a break and seeing my friend, but in the grand scheme of things it was only a couple of hours and hadn't seen them since Christmas. It was nice to have a catch up. I know I've been working hard, so I don't think 2 hours the day before the exam is going to make that much difference in how the exam goes. Luckily the exam doesn't start until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, so there's actually a little bit of time to brush up on some bits and bobs in the morning before the exam starts. I think I need to not panic. Panicking is not constructive, it's not going to help me perform well in any way tomorrow, so there's no point sitting here stressing and panicking. Okay, gonna do another hour of focused study. Then I have an ice skating lesson. I don't know whether I'm going to go to it. It might be an hour and a half of my time sacrificed, but it is good to take breaks. It is good to get out the house. I can think about general insurance while I'm driving there and back. I'll see how I feel in an hour's time and then decide from there whether I'm going to go.
Decided to come. I'm feeling the study guilt, but hey, back in the car. Ice skating was fun. Glad I went along today. There were only 2 of us in the class, so got quite a lot of attention from the instructor. She also assessed us on quite a lot of the competencies because basically it's structured with levels and I'm currently in a level 2 class. I passed my skate backwards, I passed my forward and backward lemons, I passed my 2-foot turn in both directions, I passed my moving snowplow stop. So the remaining thing to work on is the 2-foot turn on the spot, which, oh my god, it's my bugbear. I can't do it. But to be fair, the other competencies like the backward lemons and the backward skating, they didn't come to me very fast initially, and then suddenly they clicked and I just suddenly understood the technique that I needed, and now I'm pretty decent at them. I can go quite fast with them, which I didn't think I would be doing a few weeks ago. So I just needed to click for the 2-foot turn on the spot, but it means until I can get that competency I'm still in the level 2 class, which I'm quite happy about because apparently level 3 you have to do a 2-foot turn moving in a circle, and no thank you, that sounds terrifying. So successful lesson. I'm gonna drive home now and start stressing about my exam again. Here we have it. It's the final dinner before my exams end. I think this is a haddock and cheese fish cake. Can't quite remember. Some sort of fish cake. Chips, lettuce, and revision. What more could you want? And I'm just gonna ring my parents while I eat my dinner because I'm not going to have time to speak to them for the rest of the evening because I'm going to be cramming, and I might as well chat to them quickly. They'll probably calm me down because I'm starting to feel a bit stressed. There we go, let's call my mother. Ma! The final day is here. It is Wednesday morning. It is about 7 minutes to 10. And my exam starts at 10 and ends at 1:20, and then I will be done. I've got so much information crammed in my head right now. I was up until about midnight last night revising, and then I started revising this morning about 8 o'clock-ish maybe. Did an hour of flicking through notes, refreshing my memory on key calculations, and then I've just taken about 45 minutes off because I want to be fresh going into the exam. So I didn't want to cram right until the last minute. How do I feel? I feel like I've done enough to give myself a good shot at passing this exam, but I think it's really going to depend on the paper, if questions come up that play to my strengths. Breadth and timing, breadth and timing, breadth and timing. What are we remembering? Breadth and timing.
Here we go, the online exams platform, which apparently is changing next sitting. So this could be the last time we see this particular platform. So let's say goodbye to it. 10 till 1:20, let's go. Oh my goodness, I want to cry right now. I don't know why I feel emotional. It's just the adrenaline of that exam. Oh my God. Oh, I don't know if I've done enough. I don't know if I've done enough, but I don't care. I don't care. That's the good thing about it being the last exam. It is what it is. What's happened has happened. What will be, will be. Que sera, sera, everyone. We're done. Interesting paper. Poor time management from me, but nothing's new there. I always do it at the start. I'm like, oh, I'll just spend a couple more minutes on this question, or just a couple more minutes on this question. And I get to the end and I'm like, oh my God, I've got half an hour left and I still haven't attempted 3 questions. Haha, that's funny. I tried to jot down like a range of points. I was going for the breadth. I had breadth in my head the whole time, but I don't know if any of them will have scored. There was a question on parametric insurance, which I didn't think was going to come up. It came up a couple of sittings ago, I want to say, but I'm not particularly knowledgeable on parametric insurance. Actually, one of my friends from uni is an expert in parametric insurance, so I thought of them and thought, gosh, I should have paid closer attention to their newsletter. But I wrote stuff down. I wrote some ideas down, and that's got to count for something. There were no big calculation questions, and that upset me because I practiced those this morning and then they didn't ask me. They asked me to calculate one survival ratio, and that was it. Like literally one number divided by another. And that was all they asked me for calculation wise. Good evening, people. It is now 8:15. I've had a really busy afternoon. I was anticipating it, to be fair, because I'd been putting off so much stuff until after exams. But I almost feel busier now than I did before I finished exams. At least I was focusing on just the one thing, whereas now I've got 1,000,001 things trying to tug me in all directions. I did work the afternoon at work today because I didn't want to take the full day of study, just because I'm busy enough as it is that I really needed to get going on work and catching up with emails and just ticking off some of the checkbox tasks, online training things that I was behind on. Obviously there's other students in my team as well, so a lot of us have been off at the same time, which means as soon as one of us is back, there's lots to be getting on with, because we've all been going off kind of staggered taking our exam time. Also had a 1-hour call with one of the more senior actuaries on my team. Really insightful call, actually. They are a very good teacher. I basically had a private seminar on reinsurance reserving and it was great. So I ended up on the call for an hour because I kept asking more questions. I could have been off the call in half an hour, but it was useful to keep asking questions just for my own learning. I wish I'd had the conversation before my exam this morning, to be honest with you, because some of it was relevant to the stuff that came up in my exam. But hey, microwave just gone off because my dinner is ready, so I'm gonna go grab that. Here is dinner. It is just a ready meal. I'm sorry guys, I've relapsed to ready meals. It is one I haven't tried though before, chicken bulti from Co-op. I'm quite a fan of their curry ready meals, so I've got high hopes for this. I do intend on getting back to cooking from scratch next week, but obviously exam season, cooking's gone out the window a little bit. What else have I done this afternoon? I've booked at the optician, which I've been meaning to do for ages. I've registered at a new GP, been meaning to do that for ages. I opened my snail mail, which has been piling up by the door. I paid my service charge for the gardening. I reviewed my council tax payments. And most importantly, I subscribed to Disney Plus today because it's on offer for like £2 per month for 3 months, which I thought was a pretty good deal, and I really want to see the Little Mermaid live action remake. Some people finish their exams and go partying. I finish exams and then blitz all my life admin. Honestly though, I do need a break and I do want to relax, but I think it's gonna have to wait a couple of days because the to-do list is massive. I've got my deadline next week for my PPD submission, which is another requirement for student membership of the IFoA, and eventually for qualification you need to have work experience records to go alongside your exam passes. But thank you for watching this video. Please do give it a like, subscribe. If you've also taken any exams recently, comment below how you got on, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Bye!